which is a resource location, which is that will be the relationship. It is going to create a relationship between the folder on your own local system with your own workspace with GitHub. So your working space with GitHub, it sounds like, I mean, it stand like, have you ever heard about mega this thing before? Mega server before, mega host.
No,
No,
sir.
sir. Please, I have a problem here.
Okay, what's the problem?
My own is not logging in. It stopped that I have to clone a repository from the internet, or I should create a new repository on your hard drive.
Actually, we are not creating repository yet. We just want to log in into
Okay.
our web account for
My
now.
own my own view is different from your own. I'm not seeing all these names that
Same
you
with
see.
mine. My own is different from your own.
It's different. Okay.
I'm not
Yes,
seeing these names.
it's saying let's get started, create a tutorial repository, something like that. We
Is
clone a
Yes, sir.
is
That's
it
what
repository
I'm
from
is
trying
the
it
to
internet.
website? Is it web or app?
Use the app.
It's the desktop app.
Okay. Let me ask this question. How many of
Okay.
us here are using desktop? What's it called? The desktop GitHub.
I'm
I number
using the
one.
desktop, sir. Number two, sir.
Okay. Most of us, we are using what's it called? Desktop,
Web.
right? It's still the same process.
But I'm using
Okay.
mobile app. Oh.
You are using mobile app. Yes.
Yes,
So since
mobile.
you are using mobile app, okay. Let me try to open my own Git for desktop here too. It's still the same process. There is no difference. There is nothing like, there is no big deal in let me say, there's no big difference in between the web and the desktop. It's just that the interface is different. You understand? So, but in web, you have access to create a repository. You have access to do everything manually, and the same thing in desktop. You have access to access your folder manually. So which means you can access your folder in two ways. Is that you access your folder through command line, or you access your folder through the manual way. So now, before we go to the desktop view, so let us try to create a repo now, a repository now. So you see something like recent repository, new, if you are using web. But if you are using desktop, if you are using desktop, you will see something. Okay, let me first know how many of us here are using desktop, so we should know which one we should treat first.
I'm using desktop. I'm number one, sir.
I'm
Number
number
one is
two.
okay.
I'm using mobile app.
Mobile app. Okay,
Mm.
let
But I
me.
can't sign in. That is another issue I'm having here.
You can't sign in. Do you have account
Yeah.
with them before?
No.
No, you need to create an account, sir.
Is it through the enterprise link or which one?
No, not through the enterprise link. Oh. Just normal signing up. You will see this login and sign up. Go to their what's it called? To their web, github.com. Then go to the sign up. Click on sign up. Then fill all the details there. Then it will create an account for you.
Hello, there's no sign up. I tried to check it. There's no sign up. I'm only seeing sign in from the mobile app.
Now go to the web. Like, go to your, is that your Chrome? Page. You see everything there, sir. Or let's go to, see everything there. So okay, Sorry. Okay. Wow. I'm trying to present on one of my screens, but can you see something over there?
It's
No,
blank.
I just a black screen and a mouse pointer. A mouse pointer.
Like this, right?
Yes, a mouse pointer moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Only seeing your cursor and the blank screen. It's not coming up. I'm not seeing your screen yet.
Okay, you should be seeing a screen actually. Because I'm seeing a screen from my side here, so I don't know
It
what's
might be a
going.
network issue. It's the cursor we are seeing. We are not seeing the screen yet. The screen is blank.
Okay, maybe I should be. Let me go back to the Windows tab. Okay, so I hope we can all access our GitHub account now. Mm,
So please a quick one. If you are signing up,
okay,
where you were asked to put in your username, is it just your name?
okay, are we together, please?
Please, I want to sign up, and where
Yes, I
it's
will.
asking for a username, I try put my name there, but it's not taking.
Okay, you're trying to sign up,
Yeah,
then it is not.
it's
Okay,
taking my username. Yeah.
okay, come in.
Yes, we can add it.
Okay, maybe I should go through that too. How many of us are having that same issue?
May I ask a question?
Okay,
I try to. I'm signing in from a Chrome now, so a browser. So
You know what? I personally believe. Sorry, I personally believe this should have been done before you guys joined this session instead of now. Because I remember they've thrown out the link and how you guys would throw definitely wants to get rid of this before now. So I think we guys have the platform to send all this information to before now, not now dropping the information saying how to install. I think the process has been done. So because of our time, we just move straight because the time has no time. So we can't be waiting for sign up or the sign in. So let's just move. Maybe to by the process of tomorrow, you start dropping your own what you have been observed for the installation, so we can do something this night. So let's just get rid of first SPD software director.
okay. Hmm. I'm trying to see what I can do from my own end here so that there won't be any problem at all. Okay, let's the signing up issue. I don't think it should give us issue at all. For you to sign up with GitHub shouldn't be shouldn't give us any issue at all. So you can do that after the class. Try to sign up, then try to follow up what we'll be doing tonight. Tonight we just want to go through some certain things. Then by tomorrow we move into the main
I think
business on
they
how
can even
to.
have a WhatsApp group maybe after the session so that everybody can lay his complaint on the platform like that. So
Uh,
it will be easy after the
so
session. Just join the group link, so you'll be able to install the. You'll be able to guide you through.
so let me quickly explain some things. As you can see, I let me try to quickly um recommend, let me say, identify my boss in the house, in person of Mastercraft. You can see that his profile is a number one, like number one Agbawood there. So um now you can see where we have new. So if you go to your profile, yeah, you see something like your profile, your repositories, your code space, then you have your organizations, your projects, your stars, your gist, yeah, upgrade, all these things. But profile here, now when you click on the profile here, now there are some certain things here that, let me say, that usually cause conflict when it comes to you applying for um a role in a company, and you are telling them that yes, you fit, like you can actually deliver for the post. Then they will be asking you that what are the jobs that you've done, what can you convince us with. Number one thing most industry that there will be most firm will be looking for is your GitHub contribution. Can we all see it? Hello?
Yes, I can see.
Yes, sir, we
And can
can
you hear me?
see it.
Can
Yes,
you
sir.
also hear me too?
We can hear you clearly, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for some of us that really want to put in for all these remote jobs online, so the contributions here really matters. Now let me show you one. Actually, this is just my fourth account with them. So let me show you one here. Then you will see what I'm actually talking about. Okay. Now look at this. Three 3,555 contributions in the last year. So now if I should click on 2022 now, so this person has made the contribution of 1,776 between January you are putting for. See this light here, you confuse them. So really you are working. Then the next thing for you to defend yourself. So next thing to do now is to go to a report. Now how can you create a repository? The short form of repository is repo. How can we create a repository? Now you can create a repository by going to your profile here. Then you see your repositories. Then click on it. So are you there?
Yes, sir, we're there.
Ah,
We're following.
so you see new. Any problem?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So you click on the new. Now when you click on the new, you see something like create create a new repository. So Here you see the owner, then the name of your repo. Then what should we give it? Let me give it it's up it's a class. Now this description is optional. Then another part of the let me say properties of your repository is either you make it public or private. Now when you make your repo public, which means anyone on the internet can see this repo and can also, and you can see you say you choose who can commit. Actually you choose who can commit, but anyone on the internet can see the repo. They can, let me say, see the project, they can see the code, they can see whatsoever it is. But if you are actually committing, or let me say you are creating a git repo for a private sector project, let me say, yes, a private project, you should put it in private, not in public. So just keep that with you. Then we are going to put this in public. So here we have the initialize this repo with. Okay, these things we'll be talking about this git script framework before now. You will note that this git ignore actually tells the folder that you don't want the git to ignore. Let's say for example now I create a folder in my project and I want to push it, and I don't want git to ignore this particular folder. Then the moment we push a folder to this repository, git will automatically create this git ignore for us in our project. So now choose a license. You don't need all these things since it is just your own personal accounts. Then you can create the repo now. So are we on the same page, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
Any issue?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Mr. Yusuf, Mr. Not yet. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So now the moment you click on create repo, then you see that GitHub will give you some command line, so which you are seeing at the moment. Then you see the git init, which means git initialize, to initialize the folder if the folder has already been linked with any git repository before now. Then git add. Now you don't need to add the readme. Let me say, for example, now I create a project. Then this project, I add, the purpose of creating the project is for the public use. Then I want to give descriptions on how to. Can you hear me, please?
Come
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
sir.
We lost the audio, please. Can you take it again?
Okay, so all these commands here are commands that you will be using to link your folder on your own local system with this repository that we just created. So now you will see it, you will see git commit here, then you see the git branch. Now I do advise people on one thing. This command here, you will see that the first one is create a new repository on this command line, or push an existing repository from the command line. So what we need to do now is just 2 or 3 things. Now All we just need to do now is just pull three things. Now, if you want to link a folder from your own local system to this specific repository, what you need to do is to follow this command line. But you need to firstly omit this, then omit this. Tomorrow we are going to practicalize everything. We are going to push a folder there. So now you will see second to the last git command line, you will see git remote add origin. Then at the front of that origin, you see a specific URL there. Can we all see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes, you can see it.
Mr. Emmanuel, are you hearing me clearly now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So this is the link, this link is the relationship between your local folder and this repository on GitHub server. So without this link, you cannot access, you cannot push, and you cannot pull. So now below it you see git push u dash u origin main. Now this origin of a thing means the parent branch, the main branch, the main project folder. So at the long run we'll be creating branches, but for tonight we'll be talking about this parent what is it called, parent branch. Now here you have the opportunity, if you want to push your project, like your first commit, you have the opportunity to change this main to master. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So why we are using masters is because master is let me say is one of the common git branch that we do use as the parent branch. So if you follow this command here, you will notice that your folder on your local system will automatically be uploaded here. Now let me try it. I don't know why I can't actually present a full screen. It is just, but on my own side here it is giving me the output, but from your own end you said it is giving you a black page or so. So maybe after the class we'll try to sort it out, so by tomorrow we'll be able to do some practical stuff. Now I hope we can all see this thing now. So I'm going to push from my own end here, so for us to see it, I'm going to push something now.
Please, you can join the WhatsApp group for the GitHub WhatsApp session. So I think the link is dropped on the chat box.
Okay. So if you have any question, you can ask your question now. So just for me to add the folder, I believe that by tomorrow we will have find a way to make sure that we all see how we make it a real practical. Okay. Please, if there is any question, you can ask your question.
I have a
Hello,
question.
good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay, sorry I joined late. I'm just joining lately. But concerning this GitHub, I have a very big problem with it. Um, I
What's the problem,
created
sir?
um I created GitHub account by the help of someone who is familiar with it. But while we are creating it at a point, w- it did not conclude it. So she had a program that she went to, so we didn't complete it. Then when I tried to do it next time, as in everything become more strange, as in the details we see from the beginning is no longer there. Like something like I think is initialization that is the first step is no longer appearing in my Visual Studio.
You
So I
know,
cannot even link it to the any repository that I created. So nothing is working again.
actually, you can still get your repository. You can still get it back, since it's something you created. So I'm still coming back to your what's it called, to your question. Now, for my own end here, I've tried to push something on this repository. So I'm going to reload. I'm going to reload now. Then can we see it?
Yes.
So if I click on this now, here is what I push here. So if let's say tomorrow now my system maybe crashed, then I'm unable to access some things on it, then I can go back to my GitHub account, then access my project. I can pull it or clone it on my new system, then continue with what I'm doing. So now let me go back to your question. If you create, I mean, the created repo will still be on your account. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, it will still be there. So you can access your repo. You can just come to your, what's it called, your profile here. Then you see repositories. Then click on it. Then the one we just created now, where is it? Okay, this is it here. So once you click on this here, then you can come to the repository settings. Here you can change the name of the repository. This is it here. So now, if you want to get back your your URL, your repository URL, what you need to do is, there is always the set
We
the the text box. So everything you're doing, let's say first click on the of that repository will surely display at the top of that box. Now, you ought to know it's very, very simple. It's just HTTPS, the normal URL, which is github.com/ your username with git, then slash the name of that repository .git. That is just how you get back your repository um from GitHub. So let us go through some settings here. In your project settings, here, let me move down here. Okay, this is where if you have issues, then you want to get organized with issue templates, the sponsorship. Okay, you see the pull requests. So when merging pull requests, you can allow any combination of merging commits. Then this is just normal settings here. So, but if you don't want it, you can come here, then uncheck the box. So here you see GitHub page. Now you can also create, let me see, you can access your web output through Git. If your web output, if your web files are in HTML extension, are we together?
Yes.
If they are in HTML extension, then you can get a URL here to access it, access the what's it called, the project. So now we have the danger zone. This danger zone here, you see, change the positive visibility, which means, do you want to change from public to private or from private to public? So then we have transfer ownership. What do you want to transfer? Nothing now. So we have the achieve, okay, achieve the repository, which means you only want to read. Then you can also delete if you don't want. Um, your your username slash a really understand when this repository has gone. You can so altogether that's class. Kindly go through the documentation and the Git web. I mean, yeah, the Git um web interface, so that you can get yourself familiar with it, so that by tomorrow it won't look as if we are writing Arabic, or we are doing something that you don't know already. So any question, please?
I think we have to check the chat box because of our time. So the creating under creating the repository description column is optional. What if we fill if you to fill the column with what we have in there? You can check off the question on the chat box.
I don't get you, sir.
No, the question is on the chat box.
Okay. Okay, I'm very sorry for that. Okay, questions. Yes, it is more like, for example, now let's say I am creating a repo for coffee coffee shop. Then I can put a description there, maybe on how the repo how it is going to work, or just a little note. Do you understand? A few notes about the project you want to push that repo. Just about it. You can put it there. So any other question, please?
In case you have a question, just drop it. So while we